Training. All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Peter Cannon, and I am the Marketing and Communication Officer for the University of South Florida School of Information. I'm also Program Manager for our Responsive Librarianship Lab. And today with us, we have Brittany Baum, who is a recent graduate from our LIS program. Just a little bit about Brittany. She received her undergraduate education from Rollins College, which I think is north of us. Is that correct?
In Orlando.
Yeah, oh, it's just slightly more. Yeah. She has her MFA from Spalding University in Kentucky. She got her master's again from USF School of Information, and she's heading off to Florida State University to get her PhD in information. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
All right. We have 3 questions for you today.
Okay.
Let's see. And the first question is this. I'm going to read it verbatim. How did your time in the LIS program prepare you for your future?
I can say without a doubt that I wouldn't be enrolled in a PhD and information program right now if it hadn't have been for the LIS program. Not only through the coursework and the knowledge I gained from my instructors, obviously, but the opportunities that I had to work closely with faculty and other students as a GA, that really helped open new doors for me and guided me towards my future and this next step in my academic journey. So I would probably be working in a public library right now still, and would definitely not be headed towards a PhD program if it hadn't have been for USF. So very thankful.
Oh, great. Excellent. Let's see. Our second question. What specific experience in the LIS program do you remember as giving you the confidence and skills you needed moving forward?
I think for me, the most important class I took in the program was probably teaching information literacy. It was the only course I took that had like a complete instructional focus. And it was in that class that I learned how to create a lesson plan, how to lead a group session, how to write learning objectives. And I've gone on to use those skills in my professional life, both as a GA working with the program and then later as an OPS. But I also had the opportunity to teach information literacy to undergrads at USF last fall. And I would not have had the confidence to do that if it hadn't been for the skills that I learned in that course. And I know those skills are also going to continue to help me as I pursue the PhD because my goal is to be a professor myself one day. So that was probably the most important course that I feel like really prepared me for my future.
Tell me a little bit about the course that you taught.
So teaching information literacy, it's designed to help you help others learn how to access information. So good search skills, how to form keywords, learning how to evaluate information, very important these days, right? Like for accuracy, for timeliness. Is this author qualified to be talking about this subject? It's just basically about developing good research skills, ethical informational skills, and it really breaks it down into, are you going to teach this to an academic library setting? Do you want to go into a public library setting? Do you want to go into a school media position? It was actually Natalie Taylor. She's the one who taught this course, and she does a really good job of breaking it down so that you can find that focus that you're interested in, because a lot of like public librarians might come into that or read like the little description of that course thinking, oh, this doesn't apply to me. I don't want to teach. I just want to, I want to lead youth services. But they're finding that a lot more public librarians are kind of stepping into that instructional role within their setting as well. So I think it's a really good course to take. And even if you do never end up actually teaching information literacy, it teaches you those skills like designing the lesson plans, which you'll use whenever you're designing programs. Especially if you're working with youth services, but even as an adult librarian, I just think it was a really great course that just kind of gives you a really good overview of what it's like to be in kind of an instructional leadership position in a library setting.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it's applicable for everybody, really.
Yes, I felt so.
Let's see. Our third question. This is, what advice would you give students coming into the LIS program?
The biggest advice I think I could give you is find ways to connect with faculty, whether that's working as a GA if your financial situation allows it, or doing an independent or a field study with a faculty member, being an online program it's wonderful, right? Because we have the flexibility and the convenience, but you don't always have opportunities to connect with your professors and fellow students in a traditional way. So taking one of those opportunities that the program provides to work more closely with faculty on a project, it will not only give you practical applications for what you're learning in your coursework, but the networking opportunities are really beneficial to your future career prospects. As I mentioned before, like I would not be heading off into a PhD in information program if it hadn't have been for those faculty connections I made. I would never have been offered a position as an adjunct or asked to stay on and work as an OPS after I graduate if I hadn't developed those relationships with select faculty members as I worked as a GA. So find a way to get involved with what faculty are doing, even if it's, just through your coursework, because it will open up doors that I don't think you can just get from, taking your 3 classes every semester.
Right. That's important advice for all students, but especially for those entering into the library and information science program. Excellent. Well, Brittany, that's it. Those are all the questions I have. I hope you'll come back and visit us someday, if not
Of course.
physically, virtually, right?
Definitely.
Okay, well, that's great. So everyone, thank you for watching this video. Again, we were talking with Brittany Baum, who is now entering the PhD program to get her degree in information at the Florida State University. You'll do fine. That's great. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.